So I was thinking of a method that people can use so they can utilize a way to defend their minds, from intrusive thinking or directional emotional manipulation or conditioning, So what came to mind was this: what if a person develops an internal mental dialogue that pertains not only to only speaking, or maybe it shouldn't be internal dialogue because that's when you guys are already inside, because you guys live in energy, so you can't utilize any aspect of your energy. You have to use presence. So everything you do, you have to do it in presence. Anytime you dwell in mind or in thought, you're basically making room for your mind to be manipulated and hacked by some electrical function of reality. Somebody's basically hidden database, somebody who has proprietary data or information or technology, so essentially it's just an electrical signal. So anytime you think, you're automatically not yours. Anytime you feel, that one's kind of iffy, But essentially, this is where you have to become aware, So, knowing this side of proprietary data, knowing that essentially somebody already feels like they have a right to something in all of us, it's why it is that we're here connecting that right in all of us, So, where I was going with this, let's see, my body feels good. This electrical proprietary information that has been, like ruling so much of reality for so long, for some reason has backed up right now. Oh, my presence there. It almost feels like in camera, you could tell when it's just God's presence, and when you can tell it's like another presence there that has a different face on, Because God's presence is peaceful in your face. It feels good on your body. God feels, oh my God, like it's like a celebration. I just feel like screaming at the top of my lungs, That's how God feels, And if I'm feeling that all the time, just feeling God all over me, like, wow, God feels so good. And every little cell in my body, He's the one powering it, energizing it, Oh, and that's who you guys are basically like doing all this for, to get closer to God. And then you guys are here trying to push us away from God. But all the while, you guys are hiding from us that, oh, you guys are here basically in tandem, with God. So that's why you guys shouldn't feel bad, because all this time they've been here trying to brainwash you into thinking that they were any farther away from God. Nope. They just weren't told how close they were to God, And basically their only job is just to make you guys into a robot. Whatever they've felt, whatever they've experienced, whatever they suffered, whatever they lived, is basically throwing that on you guys. And because their hearts have been stolen, and then it's asking you guys all those personal questions from personal places where you don't feel support, comfort, nor in any way tuned into yourself. You only have the reference of all that is allowed for your mind to replay, to feel, due to that. And basically that's what these beings have essentially given us a reference point of seeing them as, being that. And all of us, we've become friendly with them, because we're like, that was a big pit, I almost fell. And the guys are laughing, but I didn't fall, so thank you, who probably wanted me to fall, but somehow some part of me noticed that and said, not today, so thank you, And essentially it's like your own intuition, your own soul, your own intelligence, your own existence, your own presence shows up and saves you, But I taught you guys already about the presence of the Lord on your body, Look at that. Was that the presence of the Lord? And how good did all those words sound? I mean, I'm already telling you guys the picture that it is, I mean, it's your mind, not yours. Your electricity in your body acting like somebody because they have access to it, that somehow it's theirs. So it's basically the rapist thinking that because he's not seen, he can go around raping people. That's exactly what it is. And with everyone talking about it, and with real life being as diluted and as deviating as it's been, I mean, who's going to speak up in the spirit? So you see? And that's exactly what they want you guys to think. That's the only cycle of thoughts and perception that they want you guys to visit. And with that little information, now make a life-altering decision. Make a soul-altering decision. Make a spirit-altering decision. Go. You do it for them all the time. Oh hopefully you guys have learned, you know. Because right now everybody's been trying to use the German excuse. We had commanding officers and they told us to do it, not to ask ourselves if we're good people or bad people. No, they just said just obey your commanding officer. But I'll leave it there for you guys, So enjoy feeling the Lord's presence, It's a wave of goodness, of joy, of relaxation. And when you put it out into the world, everyone else, they'll feel it. And they'll just try to shy away from it because, we all been conditioned to feel like, oh, if I feel good, something bad's going to happen. So forget that feeling. I ain't tapping into that. you know? Now let's try some self-possession. I think that this is probably still me, but with funny and not, it worked better. I mean, this is essentially what I have to practice, my impulse control. Going from being real slow to... That's impulses, I mean, when your voice is free, you know it because... Celebrate today. You can fool yourself if that's what you need to say, or you can choose yourself. Well, thanks for your guys' time, man. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day, eh?